So now that you've clicked on today's video, I can tell you this in confidence. You're already ahead of the other families out there who are planning a Disney World vacation. Why? Because you're about to learn which Disney hotel is the best one for families, thanks to our handy dandy DFB hotel ranking system. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're taking the best Disney hotels for families and ranking them so you can see which ones we've proudly put at the top of our family-friendly scale, because you know we've stayed in all of them and we've stayed in all of them with our families. But wait, how are we determining which hotels get to be deemed as the best of the best for parents and kids alike? We'll be ranking each of our chosen family-friendly hotels on a scale of 1 to 10, basing our decisions on the following categories: theming and immersiveness, pools and activities, theme park convenience, convenient dining, room space and comfort, and price point. By the end of today's video, you'll not only have a good idea of what the DFB team and I recommend when it comes to choosing a Disney hotel that'll appease parents and kids alike, but you'll also be able to see how each of these hotels ranks in a resort category that you prioritize above everything else when you make your hotel decisions. But first, here's a question that I know you're all probably asking. Are there bad Disney hotels for families? Well, before we get started on the rankings, I want to clarify. The team and I have chosen a handful of hotels to feature in today's video that we all believe are solid choices if you're traveling with your kids. We've picked hotels that are very character-driven or have spacious room options or offer a lot of extra activities outside of the parks, or a combination of the above. But since Disney World has over 25 hotels to choose from, plus all those good neighbor hotels, you have literally hundreds of places to choose from. So does that mean the options that don't end up on today's list aren't good for families? Well, no, not at all. Each Disney hotel is something they can provide for all family types, but not all Disney hotels might fit the vibe and requirements that you need. Let's use Coronado Springs Resort as an example. This is a resort that we previously featured in our Best Hotels for First-Timers video, and I stand by that. A stay at Coronado Springs, or more specifically a stay at Grand Destino Tower, is a hotel I'll continue recommending for guests who want a deluxe resort vibe at a more moderate price point. However, if your main goal for a Disney hotel is trying to find a place to stay that your kids feel relaxed and excited about, Grand Destino isn't necessarily going to hit that mark. This is a way more sophisticated stay, from the rooms to the restaurant selections, making it great for honeymooners or bachelorette weekends or even conference attendees. Coronado Springs also has its own business convention center, so frequently you're going to see folks dressed to the nines, wearing name tags and getting ready for panels. And if you just so happen to be vacationing at the same time that a Coronado Springs convention is taking place, you might feel like your kids need to be more reserved while you're walking around the lobby instead of just being themselves and being excited for the Disney vacation in front of them. So does that mean your kids aren't going to like Coronado Springs? Not at all. Coronado still has that awesome Mayan pyramid pool and fun little resort activities throughout the day. But if you were, hypothetically speaking, a parent of 2 kids and you asked if Coronado Springs was the best place to book for your upcoming family trip, I'm probably going to say no. And you'll see why once we start talking about the best family hotels that we've got on today's list. Well, we started out the Best Hotels for First-Timers video with this value resort. Might as well have it kick off today's video too. After all, it's one of the most Disney-fied hotels you can stay in, making it a hot choice, not just for families, but for future Disney guests of all kinds. There are a lot of ways to describe Art of Animation Resort, and subtle is not one of them. There are 4 sections of the resort, each themed to a popular Disney movie. You got Cars, you got The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and Finding Nemo. If you want quintessential Disney, here it is. It doesn't get more in-your-face Disney than this. Art of Animation offers up some activities on select days, but as far as being a resort that offers activities that'll keep you entertained all day long, you'll probably want to hop somewhere else after a while if you've got a break day during your trip. Unless that is your family is pool motivated, because what Art of Animation lacks in extra activities, they make up for by having some really awesome pools. There are 3 pools you can check out during your Art of Animation stay. Big Blue Pool is the main feature pool, which is the biggest Disney resort pool on property, themed after Finding Nemo. Then you've got the Cozy Cone Pool, which has these free first come first served little cabanas you can use that are shaped like giant orange traffic cones. And finally, you got the Flippin' Fins Pool, where you can hang out with Ariel and Ursula and Triton and all those folks. Now, it's just like statues of them. It's not that, like, you can't they're not like swimming in the pool with you. Just a heads up. Now, another big selling point for Art of Animation is its Skyliner convenience. So the Disney Skyliner gondola system is a transportation system that can get you not only to other Skyliner hotels along the route, but also on to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. Super convenient, but most kids are also going to love the idea of just riding the Skyliner in general. That thing is fun, y'all, unless they got a fear of heights. Another thing you'll want to consider are your resort's theme park benefits. Every single Disney hotel can provide you with early theme park entry, which gives you 30 extra minutes in each park on each day, a 7-day booking window to pay for and pre-select your lightning lanes, which is Disney's premium skip the ride line service, free water park tickets on your hotel check-in day throughout 2025, and the ability to make reservations up to 60 days in advance, plus the length of your stay, up to 10 days for your restaurants. Art of Animation is no different. It'll give you all those theme park conveniences. And speaking of conveniences, Art of Animation Landscape of Flavors food court is definitely convenient. Is it going to be the best food ever? Probably not. Does it have a solid variety of options that can satisfy even the pickiest eaters? Yes. And if you're not liking what you're seeing, you can always hop on the Skyliner and choose a different resort restaurant somewhere close by. When it comes to Art of Animation's family suites, they're going to set your family up for success and way fewer arguments about who calls dibs on the shower. Each of Art of Animation's family suites comes with a separate bedroom and living area so that kids and adults can have their own spaces, the ability to sleep up to 6 people, 2 separate bathrooms, yes, that's right, 2 separate full bathrooms, and a kitchenette space. Not a full kitchen, mind you, just a little nook with a sink and a microwave and a mini fridge. Now, the family suites are going to be in Cars, Finding Nemo, and The Lion King. Now, then there are the standard Little Mermaid rooms. There aren't any family suites in the Little Mermaid section. While these are still cute and well themed, they haven't been updated like the rest of the standard rooms across the other value resorts, so they're looking a little dated lately. Plus, they can be pretty cramped. A family of 4 can still sleep comfortably, but if you got bigger kids in your group, you might feel like you're all up in each other's business each morning and night. But what about the price point here? On the one hand, Art of Animation is a value resort, meaning the standard rooms you can find here tend to be under $300 per night. However, most of the rooms at Art of Animation are those family suites, and those typically range between $500 and $800 per night, depending on the season you're traveling. Shockingly enough, though, $500 to $800 per night is the typical range for a standard stay at a deluxe resort, so you can pay the same type of money here and get a lot more room for your family, plus some super cute Disney theming too. The great thing about Art of Animation is they give you the choice. You can pay more for a family suite, but if you wanted to stay at this resort and you wanted to avoid paying upwards of $800 per night for the privilege, there are still cheaper room options you can choose to pay for instead. Those rooms will just be smaller and better suited for families of 3 to 4. Just keep in mind that these will be the most expensive options out of Disney's value resorts. So if your main goal is trying to save money on a room while still staying at a Disney-owned hotel, you've got cheaper options out there that'll give you a better deal. Overall, 9 out of 10 on Art of Animation. Now, quick note, I know I mentioned earlier that Disney has a lot of hotels for you to choose from, and we're only going to be looking at the top 10 that we feel are kid-tested, mom-approved. So if you want a guide that'll give you the full list of Disney resorts and our thoughts on all of them, including quick summaries, full color pictures, average price ranges, and pros and cons for each, be sure to pick up our free guide to every single Disney hotel. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or if you're watching from your phone, head to disneyfoodblog.com/hotels after this. Okay, up next, Animal Kingdom Lodge. I have a really hard time not staying at this particular hotel whenever I go to Disney World. It's like a hotel and a zoo, all in one. What kid or adult isn't going to love that? Animal Kingdom Lodge is the only resort on property that has a full-on savanna in its backyard, with real animals living their best life on Disney grounds. Animal Kingdom Lodge has 2 pools, the Uzima Springs pool near the Jumbo area and the Samawati Springs pool near the Kidani area. Both pools have water slides and lots of space to spread out for a rousing game of Marco Polo, but as far as being the most interesting theme-wise, Art of Animation still probably has them beat. That being said, Animal Kingdom Lodge offers some of the most unique resort activities across property, filled with lots of edutainment. Hear that, parents? Your kids can have fun and learn a thing or two about African culture and animals while they're at it. As is the case for all Disney World resorts, be sure to check out your hotel's activities guide to see what's going to be available during your stay. Activity guides are typically posted around the lobby or near the feature pools, but you can also find them listed on your resort TV channel back in your room, or you can ask a cast member behind the front desk about them too. One of the coolest experiences you can check out at Animal Kingdom Lodge is the Starlight Safari Tour, which does cost extra, but gives your family the chance to take a nighttime tour across the savannah with your own pair of night vision goggles. Note though, kids do have to be at least 8 years old to experience this tour, so if you've got members of your family who are younger, you're going to want to stick with other Animal Kingdom Lodge activities that you can find throughout the day. Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge is one of my favorite deluxe resorts, probably one of my favorite resorts in all of Walt Disney World, but not because of its theme park convenience. In fact, that's probably my least favorite part about this hotel. Most deluxe resorts will keep you close to the parks and give you the ability to not only take a quick monorail ride or Skyliner trip on over to the front gates, but you might even be able to walk to specific parks from your hotels. Meanwhile, Animal Kingdom Lodge is not one of these. It does keep you close to Animal Kingdom, but there's no way you'll be able to walk over to that park from your resort. Having live animals on property comes at a transportation price, so the only way you'll be able to get anywhere is by bus ride or your own car. Those are the only options. And since this resort is pretty spaced out, those bus rides can be a whole lot longer than you might have expected them to be, especially since buses will need to make multiple stops around the hotel, and since this resort is pretty far away from Epcot, Hollywood Studios, and Magic Kingdom, those bus rides are going to be a little bit longer than you might expect. Now, impatient little travelers might be agitated by this, and you in turn might get agitated after hearing, "Are we there yet?" for the umpteenth time. Just because Animal Kingdom Lodge's transportation isn't exactly the most convenient doesn't mean that this hotel's not convenient in other ways, though. Not only will you have all those extra theme park perks, like I mentioned earlier, early theme park entry, etc., but because this is a deluxe resort, you'll also have extended evening hours that you can use on select nights, which will give you up to 2 hours of extra time in a specific park. So we talked about my least favorite part about this resort. Now let's talk about my absolute favorite part, the food. I don't think I've ever eaten at an Animal Kingdom Lodge restaurant and thought I wasted my money there. From its buffet to its fine dining to its quick service location, not only are you going to find unique African cuisine, but you're also going to find food options for pickier eaters that younger kiddos can get behind too. So parents can still eat somewhere that's exciting for them while keeping the kids fed and satisfied. Now, what I will say about Animal Kingdom Lodge's restaurants is that you're not going to find any character dining or the like here. Not to mention, the signature restaurant, Jiko, does feel more formal. So kids might not be too thrilled by the dining because it's not, as fun as some of those character meals, right? Now, if you're looking for an Animal Kingdom restaurant that will still keep kids engaged and in their seats, Sanaa might be your best bet, since this table service has large windows where you can look out across the savannah and wave at the animals during your meal. And some of them come right up to the window. So try to book Sanaa if you've got a little kid. This actually was a great hack that I used a lot when my kid was really small, because you just could not keep that kid occupied at any restaurant. But when we were at Sanaa, he just loved watching the animals. So it was great because I could actually eat my meal in peace, right? Right. You get it. Now, when it comes to room space, Animal Kingdom will take care of you for sure. Most of the room options around the resort are built for 4 guests, but they tend to have more square footage than some of the other standard rooms on property. Not to mention, you might also have an additional outdoor balcony, which is really nice, especially if you've got one with a savannah view. But keep in mind that this resort is often referred to as a deluxe light resort simply because there's not as much space inside each room as you'll find inside other deluxe resort hotel rooms, but the prices are a little bit lower as a result. If you want the more spacious rooms, like the 1 to 3 bedroom villas, you're looking at paying $900 to $2,300 per night. Yep, it's okay. You can release a low whistle. It's deserved. This is why I mentioned that Art of Animation's family suites aren't too shabby price-wise for Disney standards when it comes to what they're offering. Meanwhile, standard rooms or 1-bedroom villas at Animal Kingdom Lodge range about $700 to $950 per night. So Animal Kingdom Lodge's 1-bedroom villas can sometimes be around the same price point as an Art of Animation family suite. The only problems are that A, you'll still only most likely have 1 bathroom, and B, they'll only sleep up to 4 guests. The trade-off, you'll have a full kitchen and washer and dryer access in the room, which you might prefer. Want a cheaper option at this deluxe resort? Animal Kingdom studio rooms, which can sleep up to 4 guests and come with a kitchenette area and outdoor balcony, start at $450 to $700 plus, and standard rooms, which also sleep up to 4 guests and have an outdoor balcony, but no kitchenette, start around $500 to $700. The standard rooms tend to be just a bit pricier than studios because standard rooms typically come with 2 queen beds or 1 king bed, while a studio comes with 1 queen bed and a double-sized sleeper sofa. All in all, Animal Kingdom Lodge is, surprisingly enough, one of the cheaper deluxe resorts on property, but that might be because of the transportation pitfalls alone. Overall, I would give this one 8 out of 10 just because I love it so much. Next up is Fort Wilderness. Think Smoky Mountain cabins meet Disney World aesthetic. The cabins at Fort Wilderness drop you into the Disney boonies for an outdoorsy getaway with plenty of things to keep you occupied all vacation long, whether you're inside the parks or not. From kayaking to canoeing, archery lessons, Segway tours, pony rides, and more, a stay at Fort Wilderness definitely means you're going to want to at least plan one full family day just hanging around this resort. Fort Wilderness has 2 pools, 1 leisure pool, 1 feature pool. Now, the feature pool does have a water slide, but pretty basic theming overall, so Art of Animation is still killing the competition when it comes to pool vibes. And hello, Fort Wilderness has the coolest free campfire offerings around. While you've got free campfires at every single hotel in Disney World, the campfires at Fort Wilderness have a bonus cowboy sing-along and a full-on Chip 'n Dale meet and greet happening nightly starting around 7 p.m. Then, as you roast a marshmallow over the open fire, you can start settling in for the evening to watch an outdoor movie. But even the dining here is all about the entertainment factor. Well, at least over at Hoop-Dee-Doo Musical Review it is. Hoop-Dee-Doo is the only dinner theater left in Disney World, so if you grab reservations for your family at this all-you-care-to-eat experience, get ready for a night filled with music and dancing, comfort food, audience interaction, and tons of laughs. Want to find food that's a little cheaper than this, though? Totally get that. Fortunately, Fort Wilderness has that too right next door over at their Trails End Market concept. This is a lot of similar food to what you're going to find at Hoop-Dee-Doo, it's just in a to-go fashion. Trails End not only has cheaper quick service, but they've got family meal deals on offer too, meaning you can pay less for more food to share among the group. As far as theme park conveniences are concerned here, Fort Wilderness is located in the Magic Kingdom area, so you can take a boat over to the park if you wish. But listen, you thought Animal Kingdom Lodge was spread out and slightly confusing to navigate? Just wait until you get to Fort Wilderness. It's literally Kristoff's song brought to life, getting lost in the woods. Okay, so you're not going to stay lost or anything, but navigating this resort can get pretty confusing and exhausting. Many guests will rent out golf carts during their stay here just to help them get around, if that tells you anything. Now, in case you haven't heard, the cabins at Fort Wilderness received a major overhaul last year because, at Fort Wilderness, you can stay in tent campsites, RV campsites, or at these cabins. And Disney Vacation Club took these under their wing and gave them a complete makeover to make them feel a little more modern and chic. That received a mixed response from guests, though, who were used to their old-fashioned in-the-woods cabins, right? Now, these cabins are lovely, truly, and they're still one of the best options when you not only want more space for your family, but more space away from other guests. Remodel or not, you still have a whole cabin for just you with a full front porch instead of being in a hotel room where your next-door neighbor might snore really loudly or have kids that really love jumping on the bed and bursting into giggling fits in the middle of the night. But these cabins used to be considered part of the moderate resort category. Now, however, because DVC swooped in for the takeover, they're considered a deluxe resort. And yet, this still might be a better deal even than Art of Animation. Mind blown, right? Just wait. A 1-bedroom cabin at Fort Wilderness, which sleeps up to 6 guests, has a full kitchen and bunk beds for kids, 2 bathrooms. This all could cost you the same amount, if not cheaper, than an Art of Animation family suite, and you get a ton more room. I'm so not joking. My eyeballs are on the Disney World website right now, and if I were to book a Fort Wilderness cabin for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids, from May 14th to May 20th, that's going to cost me $541 per night. But if I book an Art of Animation family suite during the same time with the same party of 4, the cheapest option I'm going to get is a Lion King suite for $574. Not including any discounts, of course, but rack rates are rack rates. And here's the real kicker. If I do book a Fort Wilderness cabin, now that it's considered a deluxe resort, I can still get extended evening hours with a stay here. Like, hello, how cool is that? I think Fort Wilderness is definitely a sleeper hit when it comes to the family convenience factor. It's good for parents, kids, grandparents, even the family dog, since this is a dog-friendly resort on top of everything else. Yep, you can learn more about Disney's dog-friendly resorts over on their website. The Disney Vacation Club title can come across as intimidating, but in reality, this could be one of your more affordable options for your group. Remember, you don't have to be a Disney Vacation Club member to book this, and it can keep you surrounded by lots of outdoorsy entertainment at all times. Overall, 8 out of 10. Okay, we've got a triple threat over here next. Disney's cheapest value hotel options are their 3 all-star resorts. Each resort takes on a different theme: movies, music, or sports. The all-star resorts have a lot of parallels to Art of Animation. All of them have over-the-top and super colorful characters and theming, though the all-star rooms are a little more subdued than what you'll find at AOA. All of them have food court dining, and that's it. All of them have some resort activities going on throughout the day, but not a whole lot where you'll need to dedicate a full day just to check them all out. All of them give you the classic Disney resort perks, early theme park entry and the like, and all of them have one bus stop area at the front of their lobby. Though I will say, every now and then, all-star resorts might share buses between each other, especially in the afternoons when the bus stops aren't as crowded and bus availability is a bit more limited, so that can mess with your transportation plans. That being said, Art of Animation continues to reign supreme in the pool department. Yep, the pools across the All-Star resorts also have some fun theming. My personal favorites are the Fantasia pool at the All-Star movies and the Calypso pool featuring the 3 Caballeros at All-Star music. But they don't have any water slides, and they're still not quite as ginormous or immersive. The biggest thing the All-Star pools have going for them is that you can actually pool hop between the All-Star pools if your family is staying as a guest at any one of the All-Star resorts. Usually pool hopping between Disney World resort pools is a big no-no, but this is one of the few ways you can kind of bend the rules a bit and go to a new pool every day. But don't be expecting any Skyliner here. The All-Star resorts stick to the Disney buses and buses alone, so be prepared for some heavier wait times in the morning and toward the end of the park day. For the most part, standard rooms are what you're going to find at the All-Stars. We're talking 2 queen beds, one that can fold up into the wall to give you more space during the day if you need it, 1 bathroom, and like a tiny little mini fridge. Nothing too wild, but we tend to prefer these over the standard Art of Animation rooms just because they've been recently updated and yet still manage to have cheaper price points, with rooms potentially costing under $200 per night, depending on the time of year that you're visiting. Now, I will add a caveat to that statement that Skyliner transportation, having access to that Skyliner, is a huge benefit for Art of Animation, so that might justify the extra price tag on those Little Mermaid rooms. But you know what our all-time favorite All-Star resort is? All-Star Music. Hands down. No further questions. Because on top of their standard rooms, All-Star Music has the cheapest family suite options that you can find while still staying at a Disney-owned hotel. So remember our hypothetical trip from earlier when we were looking at prices for Fort Wilderness cabins and the Art of Animation family suites, the trip with 4 guests between May 14th and the 20th? Yeah, if we switched our stay over to a family suite at All-Star Music, you're looking at paying $400 per night, which means you can potentially save over $100 per night by booking All-Star Music, which can sleep up to 6 guests, provide you with 2 separate bathrooms and a separate bedroom and living room area over there at those family suites, and give you a full-sized fridge to really sweeten the deal. The All-Star Resort's biggest selling points are their, selling points, but along with being Disney's most affordable option for families, kids are going to get a kick out of the larger-than-life props featured all around each resort, especially while pool hopping. Overall, 6.5, but probably a 7 out of 10. All right, you're going to quickly see that each of Disney's value resorts really go all out when it comes to colors and larger-than-life character decor, so I won't beat you over the head with that point again. The main difference when it comes to Pop Century's decor is that those massive hotel icons you're going to see will make you feel like you're stepping into an Eras tour. No, not for Taylor Swift, like eras of your life, or eras of even before your life, since Pop Century's theme is all about exploring past decades. Again, broken record here, Pop Century has many of the same perks and benefits as the other value resorts do. It's also got one food court where quantity is of the utmost importance and quality is fine but not dazzling. Well, unless you get the tie-dye cheesecake. I just love that. I don't know what to tell you. You might think the quality's low. I don't know. I love it. But what we love best about Pop Century is that it's going to give your family the cheapest stay along the Skyliner route. Yes, Pop Century shares a Skyliner station with Art of Animation. And before you ask, no, that doesn't mean pools are always shared between these 2 value resorts. Sorry. When you book a stay at Pop, you got to stick with the Hippy Dippy pool and the bowling pool and the computer pool, which are fine, but not nearly as cool as the Big Blue pool. But sacrificing Art of Animation's pools may be worth worth it for you to pay less per night for a standard room along the Skyliner route. A standard room at Pop will put you back around $230 to $270 per night. There are no family suites available at Pop though, which might keep the ball in Art of Animation's court for you depending on how many people you have in your party. Because Pop Century has the most guest rooms available across Disney World with over 2,800 rooms to book, that means the buses that'll take you to Magic Kingdom can see the highest crowd levels, potentially even higher than what you'll see at Art of Animation and the All-Star hotels. So again, you'll want to get to the bus stop maybe an hour before early theme park entry begins, just to make sure you get your full use out of your extra 30 minutes in Magic Kingdom without bus crowds and travel time getting in your way. Pop Century, 8.5 out of 10. Now, here's a weird one for you for this particular video. Sorry, Contemporary, I didn't mean it like that. I meant weird as in you got a lot going on here, and it's going to cover a range of age groups. So this deluxe resort, Disney's Contemporary, has a little bit of everything. It's got Incredibles themed rooms for your superhero obsessed kids. It's got the Chef Mickey's character buffet, so your family can meet every member of the Fab Five without changing out of your pajamas. It's got California Grill on the top floor for those looking for a more romantic date night situation. Kids are allowed here too, by the way. They can't wear their pajamas, just a heads up on that. They might not be the most thrilled about the uppity Cali Grill aesthetic. They'll like watching the Magic Kingdom fireworks from the restaurant's private balcony though, but good luck getting them to sit still for the rest of the night. Basically, Contemporary Resort is a grab bag of Disney themes, ranging from kid-friendly to the more grown-up stuff, which might be perfect for you. Contemporary doesn't have as many activities going on during the day, not like you're going to find at resorts like Fort Wilderness and Animal Kingdom Lodge, but you can still rent a boat from the marina, create an arts and crafts project, take a swing around the pickleball courts, and swim in the pool. The Contemporary Resort pools, by the way, no real overarching theme except like modern. So Art of Animation's pools remain the undefeated champs for now when it comes to really thinking you're at Disney World. That being said, the Contemporary does have poolside cabanas available to purchase for the day, which come with padded furniture, a ceiling fan, a Bluetooth speaker, a TV, and a fruit tray and mini fridge stocked with soda. The Contemporary is one of 3 deluxe resorts that reside along the monorail line too. Actually, the monorail runs right through the Contemporary Resort's A-frame building, which is very, very cool. And it means you can quickly get over to Magic Kingdom. Or after transferring at the Transportation and Ticket Center, you can catch a monorail over to Epcot for the day too. And what if the monorail is so packed by the end of your Magic Kingdom day that you really don't want to wait in line for it to get back to your hotel? You can literally see it, right? That's okay. Contemporary Resort is about a 10-minute walk from Magic Kingdom. So if you still got the steps in you to make that trek back to your hotel, you can choose to go that route instead and just walk on by everybody waiting to get on the monorail. It's kind of cool. Again, Contemporary has a variety of food options from kid-friendly to fancy schmancy to casual table service and lounge dining like you'll find at Steakhouse 71, one of our favorite underrated restaurants, to quick service bites and bakery items like you'll find at Contempo Cafe. So whatever you're in the mood for and whatever your dining budget will allow, you don't have to leave the Contemporary to find something that'll satisfy everybody. More than likely, you'll find something for everyone just steps away from your hotel room all trip long. And since we're on the subject of hotel rooms, the Contemporary, it's got a lot of those. There are standard rooms and deluxe studios and 1 to 3 bedroom suites and 1 to 3 bedroom villas and club level rooms where you'll have access to the Contemporary's private lounge. Of course, those standard rooms are going to be your cheapest option, specifically the ones without the theme park view. Oh yeah, just so I don't glaze over that important note, some of Contemporary's rooms do look out right onto Magic Kingdom theme park, and they'll let you and your family watch the Happily Ever After show from your private balcony each night, which is pretty amazing. Unless, of course, you have like a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old who goes to sleep at like 8:30, and then just as they get to sleep, those fireworks are going to go off, and it's going to be like, are you kidding me? So if you have a light sleeper, just a heads up on that. But when I say standard rooms are cheapest, I by no means mean cheap. Typically speaking, your most affordable options at the Contemporary are going to be the rooms located in the Garden Wing, which is a separate building from the main A-frame tower, meaning you're still going to have to take a 5 to 10 minute walk each day to reach the resort's main amenities, including that monorail station. Garden Wing rooms tend to cost between $600 and $700 per night. Yep, these are the cheap ones, people. If you're looking for a standard room over in the main tower, prices shoot up around $800 and $900 $1,000 per night. And if you want one of those one-bedroom options, you can sleep 5 to 7 people depending on the room style you select. Prices are going to range between $1,200 and $2,000 per night. Now, with those prices, you'll not only be getting the convenience and benefits that Contemporary provides, but for a one-bedroom space, you'll also more than likely be getting 2 full bathrooms, a full kitchen, a washer-dryer, a balcony, and a living and dining area. But before you book anything for the Contemporary Resort, I implore you to read the fine print for each room. The Contemporary might tell you that a room can sleep up to a certain number of guests, but that last bed option could very well be a twin-size sleeper chair. This isn't a bad ordeal for kids. More than likely, they'll sleep on one of these bad boys just fine. But if you're traveling with a family full of teens and lanky, long-legged teens at that, then these sleeper chairs might not be the most comfortable for the family member who draws the short end of the stick and is stuck sleeping there all vacation long. So overall, thinking of pricing, proximity to Magic Kingdom, pricing, dining options, and pricing, I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. So if the parents want to go to Hawaii, but the kids want to go to Disney World, then Disney's Polynesian Village Resort is going to help everybody win. Even though Polynesian Village is only a quick monorail ride away from Magic Kingdom, or a 10 to 15 minute walk from the park, depending on what travel method you prefer, it also can take a boat too, it still serves as a tropical oasis where you're handed a lei at the front door before getting completely transported into an enchanted island setting. Polynesian Village can be as romantic or as kid-friendly as you want it to be. For kids, they're going to love the character-driven aspects of this resort, like the best friend's character breakfast at Ohana, the new Moana splash pad over at the DVC Island Tower, the Moana accents inside the rooms, even the little Huey, Dewey, Louie and Friends windows right outside the boutique gift shop. And for the adults, there's several tiki bars to check out, including the ultra-immersive Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, where the cocktails you order determine the events triggered inside the lounge. You've also got lots of hammocks across the white sandy beaches, boat rentals for cruising along Seven Seas Lagoon, and brand new rooms over in the Island Tower. Or, if you've got a bigger group to accommodate, you may want to split the bill and try booking one of the Polynesian bungalows, which jut out over the water and have 2 full bathrooms, a full kitchen, living and dining areas, a washer and dryer, and a private deck with a plunge pool. These book up pretty quickly though, and they're very expensive, so you'll want to plan for this one far in advance. Even the Polynesian Village pool proves to be a worthy competitor against the 3 character pools over at Art of Animation. After all, it's not every day you get to climb to the top of a volcano and slide down a water slide that has a picture-perfect view of Cinderella Castle. Again, Polynesian Village is super convenient for families in a lot of ways. Transportation to the parks is a lot easier because you got the monorails, the boats, the walking paths, and easy bus access at your disposal at all times. You've got lots of places to dine and snack only steps away from your room, and you get those deluxe resort perks, like extended evening hours. And the rooms at Polynesian Village are super spacious. Even the standard rooms have a bit more square footage than you'll find at most other resorts on property. The only non-convenient point we gotta consider here is that price point. Polynesian Village is probably our most expensive resort on today's list. On average, standard rooms that sleep up to 5 adults range in price around $700 to $1,000 a night. A 1-bedroom suite in the Island Tower starts at $1,300 per night, and a 2-bedroom penthouse can get up to $5,000 plus per night. Those bungalows are going to set you back about $3,000. Now, you could stay in a Fort Wilderness cabin for 7 nights, and you still won't even come close to that $5,000 price point. Another thing to note, Polynesian Village rooms can be tough to book, especially the ones with more space and the ones that are located in the new Island Tower building. So you really do have to plan in advance if you want to book a stay here, because you're not the only family eyeball in this hotel. I think Polynesian Village has some really strong highs and lows for families. The price is certainly enough to make you clutch your pearls, but the convenience and great offerings for all ages might be worth saving for. Overall, 7 out of 10. So earlier on, I mentioned the Animal Kingdom Lodge is a deluxe light resort, but it's not the sole deluxe light resort on property. Wilderness Lodge is the other side of that coin. But where Animal Kingdom Lodge's theming embraces the beauty and artistry of African culture, Wilderness Lodge has the beauty and artistry of America's Great Northwest. So expect to see lots of roaring fireplaces, hand-carved totem poles, cozy rocking chairs, and even a trickling stream that runs both outside and inside the lobby. The pools might not be the most exciting of the pools pools we've talked about today, but the numerous resort activities definitely help make up for that. During the week, you might be able to participate in some storytime yoga, create your own wooden artwork, take a free 1-hour walking tour to learn more about the craftsmanship around the resort, make your own terrarium, and lots more. Similar to Fort Wilderness, Wilderness Lodge is located in the Magic Kingdom area, but it's not located on the monorail line. This comes with its own advantages and disadvantages, for sure, but for the most part, you may prefer not having the monorail close by just because it makes the resort that much more secluded and serene, and that's really nice, especially if you're traveling with a little one who needs a peaceful environment for an afternoon nap. Plus, you still have the boats that can help carry you over to Magic Kingdom each day. You just won't be able to walk right on up to the park. And then there's the fact that no monorail means slightly cheaper rooms too, to make up for that missing convenience. Wilderness Lodge is broken up into 3 distinct sections. You've got the main Wilderness Lodge building, then you've got 2 Disney Vacation Club buildings, Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge. A standard room in the main Wilderness Lodge building will usually sleep up to 4 guests and tends to cost around $500 to $700 per night. The $700 jump is if you want to splurge for theme park views to watch the Magic Kingdom fireworks from your room each night. There is a 6-person room in the main building too, but this is going to be a club-level deluxe room that comes with patio, personal concierge services, and access to the exclusive Old Faithful Club, which provides complimentary lounge bites and drinks throughout the day. These rooms tend to start at $1,000 plus per night, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that this particular concierge lounge is as nice as the other ones around property, so just a heads up on that. Now, if you stay with a courtyard view, you'll also be able to see the Fire Rock geyser go off every hour on the hour down by the pool, which is super fun. When else are you going to stay in a Disney World hotel that has its very own geyser? As far as dining is concerned, you're going to get some of the best at Wilderness Lodge. Storybook dining at Artist Point with Snow White is still one of my favorite character dining experiences. The zany antics going on at Whispering Canyon Cafe are going to tickle the sides of every family member, and the open-air atmosphere going on at Geyser Point is a sight that all ages are going to be able to appreciate. Not to mention, each of these restaurants provide menus that have a nice balance of interesting eats alongside familiar favorites, so you're not going to have to worry about someone being extremely disappointed by the offerings at hand. So Wilderness Lodge, we love you, and we think families are going to love you too. You might not have monorail access, and you might still cost a whole lot of money and provide less square footage than some of the other deluxe resorts out there, but your serene atmosphere, your top-tier dining, your daily activities, and your proximity to Magic Kingdom, as well as your geyser, are going to serve families well. Overall, 8 out of 10. So who took the top title today for the best hotel for families? Well, it looks like Art of Animation is our winner, and that makes sense. While AOA may not be the cheapest value resort, it still has a good variety of rooms for all types of budgets and family sizes. Plus, this is shockingly the only Disney resort with direct theming around Disney animated classic films, except for All-Star Movies. It has similar, instead of just having hints or nods to Disney characters here and there. In a close second place, Pop Century, which is Art of Animation's next door neighbor, takes home the silver. But honestly, if your family's looking to save money but still have direct access to 2 out of the 4 Disney parks, Art of Animation and Pop Century can both hook you up, thanks to them being the cheapest options available along the Skyliner route. All right, time for you to chime in. If you could choose one Disney hotel to recommend to a family, which one would you choose? Is it the same as our top picks, or do you have something completely different in mind? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to pick up your free Disney hotel guide over at disneyfoodblog.com/hotels right now. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.